Do you guys have like surveys or how you allow kids to express maybe how they are feeling?
Of course. Yeah. So you don't keep living because someone told you should live a certain way.
Well, because yes, you can get things done without shouting. You do not need to project your
We
voice.
don't need to fight. I was a writer. I think in 2020 I started a blog.
Because I also felt like teachers were so misrepresented.
The Teacher's Lounge Podcast.
Hi guys, welcome back to the Teacher's Lounge Podcast. It's episode 2, season 2, episode 2. I'm really excited. We prayed for consistency and here it is. We are flowing like a river. So I'm really happy. And with me today, I have a guest who I have really anticipated to host. We've been meeting in the socials, we've been meeting online, and finally we have her on set. And I can't wait for you guys to meet her. Do you want to guess who it is? Give me some drum rolls. All right. Okay, so I will introduce to you Miss Juliet. Before I say anything, I want Miss Juliet to introduce herself so that you know who she is, and I want her to tell us what she does so that you can also get to know who Miss Juliet is. Karibu sana, Miss Juliet.
Thank you so much, Miss Maxi. My name is Miss Juliet. I'm so excited to be here today. As Miss Maxi mentions, this is something we've been planning for a very long time.
Correct.
And I'm happy that it's finally happening. So who is Miss Juliet? Well, that's not usually a very easy question to answer, but I am a teacher of English and literature, and I love working with teenagers, so I love what I do so much. I'm also the founder of Teachers Hub because teachers have a very special place in my heart. I'm also a founder of a book club, which I'll talk about maybe during this session.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, thank you so much. I'm excited about today's conversation and I can't wait to have this discussion with Miss Maxi.
Awesome. I'm really excited too, Miss Juliet, especially because now you teach teenagers. Are they teenagers or preteens?
Teenagers.
Yes. And I'm on the other side of the world, so it's really nice to have somebody who's on the other side so that we see, just compare notes, what's happening on your side of the world, you know. So I'm really excited, and we will dive right into knowing how Miss Juliet ended up in education or teaching. All right, do you want to tell us?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, well, teaching was by default, like the profession that I knew about. I'm someone who is brought up by 2 teachers. So, and by default, teaching is a profession that I really knew about, and it was one of the options that I had, apart from being a lawyer, not because I understood what being a lawyer meant, but because, it was fancy saying that I wanted to be a lawyer. So when I completed school and the opportunity to become a teacher came, I honestly didn't have any reason to push it back. I took it because I had seen many good models of teachers where I grew up, and that's how I got to be a teacher, majorly just by default and by appreciating other teachers who had gone ahead of me and done a good job.
Beautiful. So when you were trying to fill in the course, hapo penye we go to campus, was your first choice education?
No.
Law.
Yes.
Okay, interesting.
Yes.
Do you know, I also wanted to be a lawyer at some point, but also because it was cool. It was a cool thing to say, like, I want to be a lawyer, yada.
That's true.
Interesting. All right. So, why the Teachers Hub? I know you said you have a passion for educators, and you want to see educators grow. So, why the Teachers Hub? How did that dream come to life?
Well, the Teachers Hub dream was long overdue. It's something I thought about quite a lot. I'm someone who really likes building communities, and majorly I felt like we teachers lacked a community. I didn't see many of us coming together and talking about the joys of teaching, the challenges of teaching. There was no sense of community at all. Then the second reason is because I feel like we are the most misunderstood people. We are the most misrepresented people. So I thought of creating a space where teachers come and tell their story, where teachers own their story, and not really allow society to curate what it means to be a teacher. And thirdly, because I felt like we teachers lack information on so many things, and when you lack information, then it means you cannot grow. Most especially because I wanted to talk about my international school teaching journey. And the reason as to why I wanted to talk about that is because that small change that I did, or that shift that I had, really changed my life so much. And I thought about a teacher who felt stuck like I was, like the 24-year-old me was. So I curated that space to be able to give information to teachers on what exactly you need to do, or how you can access such opportunities.
Wow, wonderful. Wonderful. Our whys really align, because I also felt like teachers were so misrepresented. Everybody had something to say about teachers, and it was not positive. It was not positive. We are just the people who are like poor. You know, all those myths you guys talk about teachers, which are not really nice. So that's why Miss Juliet's Teachers Hub, right?
Yes, Teachers Hub.
Please make sure you also follow her so that you can get a few insights. You've mentioned international schools, and that's where I was coming. So how did you change or shift from, maybe, I'm assuming you were in a public setup?
Yes, I was in a public setup. I got employed by the Teacher Service Commission in 2014, and I left in 2017.
So you had taught under TSC for 3 years?
Yes. So the transition came because I had a deep desire to live. I had a deep desire to live, because I felt like the space was a bit limiting for me, and not just the space, also the place that I had gotten a job was very limiting. It was deep. So I was tired. I was looking for options, and I got to tell certain connections, like I made networks with teachers who are already working in international schools, and there's this connection now, because she knew I was looking for a job seriously, and she knew I was interested in transitioning. So when an opportunity came in a certain school, she just sent me an email address to send my application. And one thing followed to the other, like there was the physical interview, then there was the classroom demo, and then I got the job. So that's how my journey started in 2017.
Awesome.
So just like really say, the major thing that helped me is the fact that people who were already there knew I was looking for a job. The right people knew I was looking for a job. So they were ready to support. Exactly.
All right. Let's talk about the myths that people have been talking about, or just how people have misrepresented teachers. What's the biggest one that gives you the biggest ick? Uko tu like, what? No.
For me, the one that gives me the biggest ick is, the assumption that we are all miserable at our job, and the assumption that we don't really love what we do, that every one of us was forced to be here. So I feel like that's the greatest, and I think that's why people really misrepresent us out here.
Awesome. The actual teachers who love, I feel like majority of the teachers love teaching. That's why they're in the profession, because if you don't really love it, the pressure and the everything, because there's another side as well, tumekuwa tushatoka kitambo, but we just there because we are passionate about it, right? All right. Now, speaking about international schools, I've been doing a series of do's and don'ts in international schools, and I've been seeing how people have just been shocked that there's this whole, it's like a culture shift of how people do things. So I wanted to share one thing that shocked you. So that would be like a do and a don't in the international school space that really shocked you when you found out.
Well, I don't know whether this is the big one, but when I got into international school teaching, the biggest shocker for me, I was coming from a classroom where students were dead silent. Like, you'd have to really nudge them so many times so that someone speaks up. Then I come to this space where everyone has something to say, whether they are right or wrong. everyone just has something to say. So that was quite shocking for me. That even if my answer is wrong as a student, I still have the confidence to give it anyway. So that was one of the things. Then the other thing is that I found that there's similar emphasis on co-curricular activities as there is in academics. Where I was coming from, it was about top 3, top 5 and whatnot. So here I come, and students are so confident about whatever they bring to the table. So someone tells you, Miss, I might not be so good at literature, but wait until Sumingala, you'll see me shine. And I thought that was very, mind-blowing. A child knowing I am not good at academics, but I am good at this. And also just seeing the system appreciate those two things in a similar dimension.
I love it. I think that also stands out for me so much. The self-awareness these kids have. Being able, no one can even put you down. The fact that you already know. I mean, math is not my thing, but wait for swimming. That's such a power move. Everybody will be like, okay. So I love the self-awareness as well. All right. Let's talk behavior. I know you handle teens. And I think teens for me would be like the most challenging class I would teach because maybe I've been used to the younger ones. It's easier also to like manage behavior for the younger ones. So what are the measures you use, or how do you handle behavior for the teens?
For me, I would say like my greatest strength first is building relationships with the students. That has been a game changer for me. I don't believe in shouting. I don't believe in being the most strict teacher. I love being firm with them and also communicating my expectations with them very clearly, and also communicating with them the consequences of either good behavior or bad behavior. And it hasn't been hard. Nice. As much as it hasn't been easy. But manageable. I find teenagers to be people, as you said, they can be problematic. But when you build relationships with them, when they know you're for them, and everything you do is not like to put any one of them down, then they appreciate. They appreciate the process. They appreciate the consequences for any form of behavior. So for me, I would say relationships and communication of instructions clearly.
So building a good rapport. When you're friends with them, they don't feel the need to be against you. Could you give us an example of maybe a consequence for good behavior and a consequence for
a consequence for good behavior? Like I'm a homeroom for year 7. So we have this system where we have merit points and demerit points. So if you have something, if you do something good, then you get merit points. If you do something bad, then you're given demerit points. Here we don't shout at them.
Please note.
We don't shout at them. We can't beat them. We cannot. Of course, it's wrong to insult a child, but I know it happens in some places. So merit, demerit.
Love it. You can't name call atiwewe mjinga, all those words we were told in our schools. I think if our teachers would just come and set foot in the spaces we teach,
they'd be shocked.
They'd be so shocked because So what about on the other side? Like if they maybe they're not meeting the expectations, what would be the consequence?
So the consequence would look like, to start with, a verbal warning. I tell you, Mercy, you've been making noise in class. So that's a verbal warning. And then the next thing that I can do, if Mercy makes noise all the time in the classroom, then I have the reason to call their parents, which is what we call the PTC. And it's something that scares the kids quite a lot. So you involve the parent just so they are aware that this child is disturbing during classes. So that would be one of the things we do for bad behavior. Parental involvement.
So parental involvement after the warning has not worked. Do you have other consequences that involve maybe missing out on privileges or doing some tasks? There used to be, like in my current station, there used to be that, but
again, we stopped it. So we would take the privilege of, for example, you're not going for break, you'll stay in and complete the work, and things about the rights of children came in, and now we can't do something like that. We can't withdraw a privilege like break, privilege like you can't go to play with the rest.
I understand, because it makes kids now resent whatever it is that you want them to do during their break time, because they need it. That's their break time.
They need their break. So you try as much as possible to just manage behavior within your classes. Unless it's something very like prevalent, that's when now you escalate it. You have the option of escalating it to the admin, or like myself as a homeroom, I can escalate it and speak to the parent, for example. Then once we meet with the parent, now we can agree these are the things that we need to do to just ensure that this child toes the line. Okay.
Have you ever encountered parents who are still stuck in the old ways, and probably ever, like maybe a child who was beaten in school or something like that? Has it ever happened? Like maybe after escalating to the parent is like, wewe umeenda kufanya nini huko, and then they come and maybe beat up the child or something like that.
I have. I did it, and it was not nice. It was not nice. I had an experience of a child, a parent who beat up a child during PTC. And it's sad to see and sad to deal with.
So what do you do in that case?
Hey, you try to stop.
You
try to protect the child, because at the end of the day, Miss Mercy, what I tell myself, these clients that we deal with, they're children. They don't need harassment. They need to be spoken to. Unless really
it's really like maybe beyond,
and then beating him in school, that's shaming. That's shaming, because the rest of the students get to learn that so and so was beaten by his mom while the PTC. So you can imagine how much damage it does to the child. So that way you're not able to help the child eventually. So it has happened. Parents lose it sometimes.
Which I understand. I think the one thing I've never understood is why we need to inflict pain for kids to understand what we are trying to say. That has never sat well with me. Maybe my parents explain someday. Did you, growing up, did you go through this system? Or our normal system? Okay.
I say all right so much. By the way, is there a word that kids wakiambiwa, please imitate Miss Juliet, they would go for?
Maybe well.
That's your go-to. Okay, mine is all right. Okay, let's talk about routines. Routines, are there like routines? Because I know kids mostly function with routine. Wakiwa na a structured thing, that's how they respond. So do you guys have like routines you set earlier on to help you maintain maybe the same system throughout?
Also, like you mean routines in the classroom?
Yes, classroom routines.
My classroom routine, of course, usually looks like I get in and then check up on every person. Like I'll just go around and say, hi, how you doing? How you feeling today? Like generally, just to make each and every one of them feel seen. For my homeroom, I of course give them a chance to say how they are feeling on that day. They are year 7s, so they are young and they're excited to speak. In fact, all of them want to speak. It's a time that is never enough. So I would say majorly just making sure that I have something that ensures each of them feels like seen, like I see you, you're here, and how you're doing today. And of course now setting the expectations for the lesson. The expectations of course always look like you cannot speak when I'm speaking, and I can't speak when you're speaking. So simple things like those.
Okay. Do you have tells or what's the word, like signals they use when they need to do something? For example, if they need to go to the washroom, do they have to raise their hand? Do they stand and leave? Or how does that go? Yeah.
So when they need to speak, of course, they'll just raise up their hands. When they need to go to the washroom, they'll come and ask if they can go to the washroom.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. They go to name. They call you Miss Juliet.
Yes, Miss Juliet.
Miss Juliet.
Yeah,
Hi, Miss.
Juliet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi, Miss. Yeah.
All right. Let's go to the homeroom environment now. What is that one thing that you cannot live without in your classroom?
Our birthday chart.
Oh.
Yeah, it keeps us going because on months when we have someone celebrating a birthday, at least we have something that that breaks the routine. Because everything else is just routine, it's just studies and whatnot. So the birthday chart, it's something we take a lot of time curating, and the kids do it on their own. Yeah,
they plan the birthday.
Yeah.
Is there a cake?
Again, restrictions.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, because of just protecting them again. Yeah. So sometimes we can have sweets. Yeah, because that's a safer thing to do.
Yes.
And a birthday message. For them.
Okay. Lovely. Now year sevens. The mention of year 7 just scares me because they're so they are still kids, but they are also really growing.
Exactly,
this is the age where there are so many changes. They're realizing, I like this is what I don't like. So how do you deal with attitude to problems? Because I know they are there, especially with the girls.
I feel like with year 7s, it really hasn't settled in.
Really?
Thing about attitude, I feel like it's more of in year 9, year 10.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so maybe year 10s and year 9s.
Okay, which you teach as well.
Yes.
Okay. So how do you handle those ones now?
By understanding, again, this is a child, so you don't catch feelings yourself. Yeah, you don't catch feelings, and also just calling them out sometimes. Yeah, that emotions should not come in the business of learning, right? And that there's nothing personal, really. Yeah, there's nothing personal. They have to be, you have to let them know that whatever you're correcting is their behavior, and you're not attacking them in any way. It's not about them.
Yeah, I like that.
It's about what they've done. So you try as much as possible to focus on that which you want to address.
I really like
and sometimes you just speak to them. You speak to them. I think when you understand, again, their children, you will have the grace to approach someone who really even doesn't want to speak to you. You have the grace of speaking to Mercy when she doesn't feel like seeing Miss Juliet on that day. So you can tell her, it's okay, I understand you're not in the mood to speak today. Can we have a chat tomorrow?
Okay.
Yeah, they'll come around for sure.
I love it. 2 things you've said stood out for me. One, so you have to be the bigger person.
Always.
Yeah, we can't be doing a power struggle at yet
always. You, as a teacher, you must always remember you are the adult.
Correct.
If you're the adult, then there's no way utaka umekasirika ati this child showed me attitude. You have to be the bigger person.
Awesome. Then I think the other thing you said was, that thing parents used to say wakikuchapa, ati siwe na chapa ni makosa. So it's more of that when you're correcting behavior. I'm not attacking you. I have nothing against you. We just need to correct what you've done.
Correct.
Okay, lovely. All right. So what has been maybe the funniest thing a child has ever said to you, or just something that you were like, okay?
Well, there are many, but the one that comes at the top of my mind, I think it was a year 11 class. I had just gotten a new hairstyle. Then I got into the class and this boy shouts, "Miss, I think your hairdresser should be fired."
Oh my
God. And the big person I am, of course, I asked him, "Why do you think so?" "Miss, that hairstyle does not look like you." So that has to be one. I don't know if I can remember any other. Okay.
Ikikuja discuss.
Exactly.
Oh wow. Okay. For kids, I think it's always the honesty. You can never go wrong with kids. They will be brutally honest. They don't even read the room. They're just
exactly.
honest.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk about lesson planning kidogo and how you just effectively plan for the term. Do you do prior planning? Do you plan over the weekends? How is your schedule around planning?
Well, usually, mostly we do prior planning. Like my current station, you'll be surprised, we're already planning. Not even already planning. We've already like almost completed planning for the next academic year, which starts in September. Yes.
Wow.
All the schemes of work, all the course outlines. Yes.
All the lesson plans?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. Okay, lesson plans is lesson by lesson basis. Yeah.
Okay.
Weekly
Yes.
basis.
Okay.
So lesson plans are the
Yeah.
only things like you prepare on a daily basis, I would say.
Yeah.
But the rest will be done.
Oh, wow.
Yes,
So
yes.
is this the planning period? Is it before maybe you close school, you're left in school?
Yes. We have something called an admin week. So it
Okay.
can come after the kids close or opening, we open like a week before them.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
yeah. So it makes our work a bit manageable.
Easier for sure. Do you teach with slide decks, or what do you teach in class? What do you use? Like a PowerPoint?
Sometimes PowerPoint, sometimes worksheets. So it really depends on what are you teaching on that particular day.
Okay. So it's not cast on stone that
Lazima.
Miss Juliet lazima akuwe na PowerPoint and present.
Apana. It
Okay.
depends on the concept that you're
Yes.
teaching, the level that you're teaching. Yeah, basically.
Okay. Which makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. So let's go back kidogo to the interview parts and the process. I know Sasa, before you got, I know it was a bit probably easier from what you shared when you got into the international space, but what was maybe the toughest interview question you came across and felt I am not going to make it?
toughest interview question. I'm not sure I have a toughest one, but maybe one that was different from what I knew. Yeah, a question like, how do you differentiate your lesson? It's not something I had been doing.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not something I'd been doing. It's not a concept I was so conversant with. Yes, I would say that at least was different, and it's not something I could confidently talk about in terms of practicing, actual practice.
Because it's not like you have any background knowledge about how to go about it. Okay, all right. So in many international hubs, most of the parents, or just our international spaces, most of the parents are really big on rewards. Does your school first of all allow that?
No, not at all.
Oh, really?
Yes, it's in my contract
that you should not
receive.
Oh,
yes.
interesting.
Yeah, but I think I understand them. I understand them from the point of if parents come, for example, giving teachers, items and tokens.
Yes.
As human beings, you might be wired to favor.
Gravitate towards,
we're human beings at the end of the day, so you might gravitate towards favoring certain children because parent A or parent B shows up, or appreciates. Yeah, so I understand their reasoning.
Yeah.
But aside from that, again, interacting with parents here is really a great privilege. Yeah. Even without the tokens that we're talking about, because you're still able to form connections. Yes. You're also able just to challenge your worldview. You are exposed to a different cadre of people, I would say. Yeah, so we don't allow, actually even my previous station
there was not allowed.
There was a cap like that.
Oh wow. So this is something they let the parents know.
Yes,
and the teachers as well.
Yes, we all know.
Wow. Wow,
we all know. Okay, but of course we have the sneak-ins. If a parent sends me a bag, I'm not going to send it back,
of course.
Or if a parent decides to send you flowers, you're not going to but it's not something
that is encouraged.
Correct.
Okay. I hope my employer doesn't see this. All right. Okay.
Enjoy while it lasts.
Thank you. What's one easy teaching method you use that always makes students pay attention and learn? And I think I want to add a part to this question. For the older kids now, for example, the teens, are there ways you like make the lesson fun for them? Because I know they can be kidogo. What are you trying to do? We are not kids anymore.
I know. Yeah, you can, there are certain games you can't bring, for example. So for older kids like year 10, year 11, I find them enjoy working together quite a lot. So when you like give them a group task that they're going to work together, you know, with their friends, and give them very clear instructions on what they need to do, they'll deliver to the T. But if you put yourself in the front and speak to them throughout, they'll have no business listening to you. So that really works. Giving them the power to learn on their own. Really great.
And then you just facilitate.
Exactly.
So wao manyimbo wamekataa.
Hawatakubali kuimba. They'll think you're crazy.
They'll be wondering.
Oh, they'll tell you, Miss, what's happening? I can't.
I can relate. I have been used to teaching year 3, and then I was challenged to just take up an year 5 class. So I just went because I love Swahili. So I would teach anyone Swahili. So I went to teach them Swahili, and because I'm used to teaching them games and songs, I went and I started teaching them songs. And they just said that it's boring. Like openly too. Ata hawaogopi. They're just like, no, that's boring.
Exactly. The older they get, the less interested they are in things that we consider fun for the younger people. So you just really have to show them that they have some power in the classroom.
So you have to understand like whatever they can relate to. Which now reminds me or brings me to the question here. So in the morning, when the kids are coming in class, normally you're in class waiting for them.
Not quite. We meet them. So they come at around 7:30. Then we have a homeroom session from 7:40 to 8. So I'll meet them in class.
So that's when now you go saying hi, knowing how they are doing. So the morning session is for you guys to just connect. Interesting. Okay. So you're not stationed in a certain class, and you have to sit there throughout?
No, we sit in the offices, so we meet the kids in class.
So you have a staff room?
I wouldn't say a staff room per se, because we all don't sit there. We sit in different departments. But we have a common room where we meet, lunchtime.
Can I shock you? We don't have a common room.
So you're just in your classroom?
Throughout. Like who
do you speak to?
My students.
Apart from them?
Well, the teachers I'll meet maybe when I'm going to another class, or the teacher next door.
So at least I meet my department members every day.
If there was something I would tweak, maybe the department thing, but not the staff room. The staff room has given me a lot of PTSD.
I know.
Okay, all right. Tell us a bit more about what's the name? What is Sassy? Just say it before I butcher it.
My book club.
Your book club.
It's called Sassy Bookish Book Club.
Bookish. That's such a sassy cool name. Tell us more about it.
So the space was founded around in 2022 2022, and it's born from my love for reading. I love reading, and as I said at the beginning, I also love creating communities. So I thought I would create a community of readers, but I wanted a very homogeneous community. Again, I'm very passionate about women and about women empowerment, so I thought the book club then would be a good space for women to meet and make sense of the world around them through books, because again, I believe books are very strong tools for transformation. Transformation. And I also was very keen on curating a space for particular, caliber of women, like women who are very keen on self-empowerment and development, women who are keen on self-care and very keen on just having some little fun. Life is not that serious. So it has been great, a very great platform. We have met every single month since 2022. and we are not your typical book club. So we choose a book every month, but then again try to bring in a fun element. So we have activities like recently we did a women's brunch, International Women's Day brunch, and then we are also planning to have a taste of golf experience.
That's cool.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. It's definitely giving not your kawaida book club.
Yes, not. In fact, our tagline is more than a book club.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I love it. I love it, and I love that you're empowering women, or just creating that community where women feel like they can just what is it? What's the word? Ya kunini? Ya kuji express.
Yeah,
yes.
they can express themselves
Freely, correct.
They can make sense of the world around
Exactly,
them.
yes.
Yeah, they can challenge some things
Yes.
that we have been told we need to become, or we need
Yes.
to have. Yeah.
Wow.
So books help us talk about that, have those conversations.
Yes. Oh, I like that. Make sense of the world around them.
Yes.
That's a really cool thing.
Exactly.
That's a very cool thing.
Yeah. So you don't keep living because someone told you should live a certain way. You
Yes.
live a certain way because you have done the work and you know, according to me, this is what I should do.
Yes.
Yeah. This is how I should live my life.
All right.
Yeah.
So what's one book you'd recommend that us, the ladies who are watching this podcast, to read?
Can I recommend two?
Cool.
Okay. So I'll recommend the first one is called Finding Me by Viola Davis.
Oh.
You know Viola Davis?
I know Viola Davis.
Yeah, I love that memoir. It's a memoir.
Wow.
It's very authentic, and as a woman, when you read it, it allows you to own every part of your story, even the shameful parts, the difficult parts. It's a very well told story of Viola Davis, not the Viola Davis, the celeb that we see. Yeah, so it takes you through the whole process, as ugly, as shameful as it was. So that's one. The second one is a fiction. It's a story called Tomorrow I Become a Woman. So that book is going to help you really redefine what it means to be a woman.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. We will caption them
Exactly.
here. Yes, so that you do not miss out on these books. That's really beautiful. So, have you thought about being an author?
I have. I actually I don't know if not
If
an
it
author.
counts.
I was a writer. I think in 2020 I started a blog.
Okay.
Yeah, the blog is even operational right now. You can find my old articles. Yeah, so I ran a blog for, let's say, 3 years. Yeah, I think 3 years. It was called Karemi Writes.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, so after that blog, I thought about being an author, not far-fetched. Yeah, so it can happen.
It can happen.
Yeah,
It's definitely,
it can happen.
Yeah, that it happens, I think, to many readers, because you've observed the patterns.
Exactly.
And
you need an outlet for your ideas.
Yes, for sure. Interesting. All right, we are almost coming to the end. When your year 11s walk out, this year 11 is when they do the assessment.
Yes, that's when they do their IGCSE.
So when they are done and now they are leaving, they're done, it's time to transition to the next level. What's the one thing you hope they remember about being in your class?
I hope they remember me to be an empathetic teacher, like a teacher who made them feel seen, who made them feel heard. Yeah, and I know I do because they come giving the feedback. So I hope they remember me to be that teacher, but still also remember me to be that teacher who still got the work done without shouting. Lovely.
I love it. I love it for them as well, because you can get things done without shouting. You do not need to project your
We don't
voice.
need to fight.
We don't need to fight.
We don't need
I just
to
need to
fight.
look at you and talk to you nicely, and the work will get done. I love it. Speaking of you said feedback, do you guys have like surveys, or how you allow kids to express maybe how they are feeling?
Of course.
Wow.
More than we want.
because they can express themselves
more times than we want. We have a way, like we have lesson observations which happen like in a term you'll be observed like twice. Now after those lesson observations, learners will be given like a feedback form where they feel and talk about you, Miss Mercy, as their teacher. What kind of person are you? Yes.
Yeah.
Do you have a mastery of your content? Are you kind?
Yeah.
Are you someone who has classroom control? Things like those.
Yeah.
So as much as we are still talking about kindness, it doesn't mean that you're not keen on discipline.
Yes.
Yeah, because if you're just there, then you won't be able to teach the kids.
Yes.
Yeah, so there's that feedback. Personally, I also collect feedback from them. Yeah, I'll go give them some sheets of paper and tell them, do an anonymous like record of what kind of a teacher you think I am. What do you think I have been doing right as your teacher? And what do you want me to improve on? Yeah, and they keep it objective. No,
even the year 11s, all of them, I love it.
Yeah, they'll keep it objective. They'll tell you where you've been missing out.
Yes.
And what you have been doing right. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Wow. I love it. I love how they let kids these days just feel like this is your space and we want you to be as comfortable as you can. And if something is not right, they don't make teachers look like they're the untouchable people, like the angels who know everything in the world. Right?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, that's really beautiful. Okay. One probably harsh feedback you've received, or one you read and you were like took it with a pinch of salt.
Well, it wasn't harsh. I think it was my previous homeroom, which was year 9. And majorly the feedback was positive, but there are those who said, for example, the boys, they are mixed. So the boys had this comment of, Miss, you favor girls. You favor the girls. There was that comment, very, very common. And then there was the comment of, there's one that made me laugh. She said, Miss is cool, but sometimes she's low-key overbearing.
Oh!
Yeah, so I remember that comment as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So overbearing in this context or in their language means like you are a little bit too much.
I'm too much. Yeah. Like, Miss, you're so much into my space,
Low-key overbearing.
Yeah,
wow.
Low-key.
Yeah.
Underline.
Low-key. Yeah. They must be like so cool. Sindio, like the language they use.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. All right. So if you weren't an English teacher, what would you be? Or if you weren't a teacher, where do you think you'd have landed?
Maybe in the media. Maybe. Just maybe. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So in the media, behind the scenes, ama in the media.
Hapo kwa camera. Si nyuma.
Hapo tu mbele ukimulikwa. Okay. I see it. All right. So for the teachers who are listening and they want to level up, what's the one thing that you tell them to do if they want to probably transition? What's just one piece of advice you'd advise them? Anyone who's feeling stuck like you were feeling before you moved, what would you tell them?
What I would tell them is it's a good thing to feel that way, but it's not good if you don't do anything about it.
Okay.
You have to put in the work, and putting in the work would mean getting, what do I want to say? Like collecting some network, networking with people already there. That's the first thing that you can do. For example, if you want to transition into international school teaching, or if you want to start a business, then look for people who are already doing business. Whatever you want to do, look for people who are already doing it. The other thing that I would say is believe in yourself, because I feel most of the time we miss opportunities, not because we are not deserving, but because we have told ourselves that I can't.
Yes.
Yeah, especially even the international school teaching thing. People feel like they are special teachers
who are cut out for
who are cut out for that. That's really a thing about confidence. So you have to be confident and go for whatever you want. Then something else is you will need to invest in your dream. You need to invest in your dream, and investment would look like time. Investing your time. Sometimes it will look like investing your resources in terms of money. Yes. So investment lazima.
Yes.
There's nothing about like good luck.
Itakuja easily too. You'll sleep alafu utaambiwa kesho amka come.
You have to do some work.
Lovely. And speaking of investment, please tell them about the recent the Empowered Educator conference that was there.
Oh yes. So we partnered with Miss Vicky of At Life with Miss Vicky and Miss Mokaya of the Teachers Podcast to bring the Empowered Educator event. Now, the essence of this event was just to curate a space for teachers by teachers. And right from the title, Empowered Educator, we wanted teachers to come and learn that they deserve growth and that they deserve to make their lives better than they are. And there are certain steps or there are certain resources that they can use to do that. Our major conversation was on smart money moves for educators, and we had a brilliant speaker from a certain
I saw the clips. I wish I made it.
We also had another brilliant speaker on mental wellness for teachers. So we felt those two are very pivotal to a teacher's growth. And the experience was empowering.
I love the choice of word. Clearly. Beautiful. I love it. I love it for the teachers who are even coming up, because they have people they can look up to. They have spaces. This is what we didn't have. This is why the teachers have is there, because you would look around and you're like, nobody is talking about these things. This is also how we started the Teachers Launch podcast as well. I was like, so who is giving people information? Where should we go to, you know? So kudos to you guys. Miss Juliet talked about investing in yourself. These are some of the ways you can invest in yourself. This is some of the ways you grow. When you go there, you network with a fellow teacher you didn't know. You could get a job. You could even know somebody, you know. Networking you can't really figure it out, or you can't really know how it will turn out until you get out and go. So put yourself out there, teachers. All right. And finally, but there's a word for the second guessing. There's a word. What is it called? Imposter syndrome. Correct. Imposter syndrome. Please don't let it drag you or even make you look back. It happens to almost everybody, all of us, right? But you have to like fake it and just wear that crown and tell yourself, I got this. I think everyone has a point in time where they felt the imposter syndrome and like, am I really cut out for this? But if not you, who? Even those people who are there in the spaces you want to go to. Sini watoto wa watu kama wewe. Yes. So finally, thank you so much for coming.
Thanks too for hosting me.
Karibu sana. As we wind up, we always talk to a tired teacher, because I know there's somebody who's struggling. They're like, hey, hapa siwezani. Maybe the kids wamemu exhaust. Please talk to a tired teacher. What would you tell them? It could be the administration. It could be so many factors, but they're just a tired teacher. Please talk to them.
So what I would say to the tired teacher, I've also felt tired sometimes. It happens, but don't get stuck there. What I would say to a tired teacher is everyone gets there at some point, but the problem is when you allow yourself to like get stuck at that particular place. Look for things that you can change. Is it a job that you can change? Is it your attitude that you can change, just to learn to survive for the time that you're there? And then I would also say, have things that bring you joy. There's a life beyond that classroom. There's a life beyond that school. So when you are tired, when you're feeling like so low, what exactly do you look forward to doing, right? So get things that fill in your pockets of joy, and don't over depend on your school to give you joy.
Correct.
Yeah, because that will not happen.
It won't.
It's a job. So just look for things that make you happy for the time that you're there. But remember, we are saying don't keep getting stuck. Look for ways to unstuck yourself.
Yes.
Is there a word like that? Yeah. Yeah. Look for a way to just get yourself off that situation.
Yes.
Yeah.
So get out of that pity party.
Exactly.
Don't be there for too long.
True.
Yes. The same analogy, I think, ya ukianguka chini, you don't stay there and wait. Unaamka tu, you dust yourself and move. So please, it's time to dust yourself and move. I love it. Apologies, we are using one mic today. One failed us, so we have had to use one in the spirit of solutions first. I hope you will accept this apology. And again, thank you so much, Miss Juliet, for coming.
Thanks for having me.
I am really happy to host you and to even meet you.
Yeah.
Hey, we started talking just since last year.
Yeah,
we've been planning and planning.
Yeah, true.
I'm glad that it has finally happened. And again, I'm really always happy to have an episode. It's always like my happiest moment when I'm here, because I know another teacher's life is changing.
True.
So thank you so much for watching this podcast. Please make sure you share this with a teacher you know, a teacher you like, or even a teacher you love. I mean, you never know whose life you're changing, right?
Yeah.
Thank you so much, guys. That has it. That has been it from us. I wish you everything you wish for yourself that causes no harm to others. Bye. Oh, okay. You will also plug
all right.
yeah. So yeah, as we close, I am going to plug you guys, and before I do that, I want Miss Juliet to plug her so that we know where to follow her and how to plug in, so that we are also enlightened.
You can follow Teachers Hub on TikTok, and you can also follow us on Instagram. Might you want to check out my book club, you can check out Sassly Bookish on Instagram. Thank you, guys. It was nice connecting with you. And
Lovely.
Thanks, Miss Mercy.
Karibu sana. Are there requirements for somebody to sign up for the book club
Yes.
now that it's not your kawaida book club?
Yes, of course.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a members only club. I can't talk about what exactly you need to do, but there's a membership fees, which anyone who wishes to join, like we are able to share with them the requirements.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Lovely. Also, please make sure you're following us on all our social media platforms. That is from Instagram, across YouTube, all the way mpaka Facebook, the Teachers Lounge Podcast. Please subscribe to my channel, Miss Mercy Beyond ABCs. I am really happy that on Instagram, probably by the time this video is up, we will be at 15k followers. I am really excited.
Awesome.
The Instagram growth is so slow, but
I know.
being there right now, I'm really excited. So thank you, guys. I see what you're doing. I see how you're interacting with the content, and I'm really happy. So may God bless you, and I hope to see you on the other side of the comment section. Please tell me something you have learned from this episode. Drag a teacher you know. Let them see and let them be empowered. Kwaheri.